So I don't know how that's gonna.
Never compliment the background for sound because it just tempts fate. For like some
Terrible sound here. Terrible sound. Can't hear a peep.
I like the ability to adapt. That was very good. Right, so save me. Using the phrasal verb. Okay, today you're going to make me a promise. When you get new information, you're not going to go like this. Because when I try and find a still photograph to illustrate the video with, even though we've had a really good time and you've done really well, I go back through it and all of it is like this.
I'll give you a still now.
No, but okay. But it's like, yeah, so yeah.
Okay,
so off you go. The phrasal verb to have difficulty to do something is avoir du mal plus preposition à plus infinitive. So say for me, I have difficulty eating. Do I heck? J'ai du mal à manger. J'ai du mal à manger.
J'ai du mal à manger. J'ai du mal à manger.
Say he has difficulty eating.
Elle a du mal à manger.
Spanish. Il a.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hands away from the face. Il a du mal.
Il a du mal à manger.
Why do we need to be careful? Because mal could be pain. Aïe, j'ai mal. That hurts. Okay? Different expression. So I have some badness, du mal, à, preposition à, plus your infinitive is I have difficulty doing something. So could you say for me, you have difficulty understanding me? Say for me, you have difficulty understanding. Like say somebody's done something really weird and Luke, you have difficulty understanding. Tu
as du mal à
à comprendre. Don't use entendre for understand. You're thinking of entender. You're thinking of Spanish. So say for me, tu as du mal à comprendre.
Tu as du mal à comprendre.
Go again.
Tu as du mal à comprendre.
I can't hear your signal. Go again.
Tu as du mal à comprendre.
Good. Say for me, you had difficulty understanding it using a descriptive. Could I be using the power of dance? Be careful, Luke, your shoulder hurts. Using the power of dance, can I be any more obvious that I want the imperfect there, yeah? So
yes.
If the expression is tu as du mal à comprendre, what's you had difficulty understanding?
Tu avais du mal à comprendre.
That's it. So when you get a phrasal verb, like with another verb inside it, you only need to play with one verb. It's like if I said avoir peur is to be afraid, could you say for me, she was afraid? She was afraid. Avoir peur is afraid. How would you say she was afraid?
Elle avait peur? Okay.
She will be afraid.
Oh, will.
Future block
Raron?
Yes, but what's the future block of Ray Raron going on? What's that one for have? Elle
aurait peur?
Will. Elle aura.
Oh, sorry. Elle aura.
That's it. So phrasal verbs, although they seem really complicated, there's only ever one basic bitch verb sat in the middle of them. Here are some phrasal verbs. S'en prendre à quelqu'un, to get arsy with somebody over something. You don't need it now. It's got the verb prendre in the middle of it. It's just prendre. I'm going to leave. I'm going to do one. Je m'en vais. What verb is it? Aller. You know, you just conjugate aller. So let's just do that one. That one's bearable. So say to me, I'm off. Je m'en vais.
Je m'en vais.
Je m'en, M apostrophe en. So we've got the reflexive, the pronoun en, plus the verb to go. So je m'en vais. If I asked you to repeat that pattern and say you're off, you're leaving, what would be the tu version of je m'en vais?
Tu t'en vas?
Well done. Well done. If I said I went in the past tense, action 1, 2, 3, what would be I went? Just normal I went. Just don't even think about the mon, just literally using the verb aller, what would be I went? Just
Je suis allée.
gorgeous. If my phrasal verb to be off, right, I'm off, contains mon, and I've got je suis allé, how would I pop mon in the middle of je suis allé?
Je me suis allée.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
That's literally all phrasal verbs do. So they sort of go, oh, okay, you've got that, okay, fine. So most of them contain very basic other verbs, a bit like English. Get on, get along, get across, get over, get down, come up, come over, you know, give out, give in, give up. You know, it's like phrasal verbs contain basic ass verbs plus the accessories and the eyeshadow and the bracelet. If they didn't contain a basic ass verb, they wouldn't need the eyeshadow, the bracelet, and all the accessories. There would be a single verb that would do that and would achieve that purpose. All right. So good. Lovely. So every now and then I might just throw out a couple more. Yeah. Okay. So they're just things to have. Brits, as a rule, don't like learning them. And I'm like, why? Why? So if you said, right, I'm off, a little bit like in Spanish, me voy, you know, like, you know, je m'en vais. Yeah, je m'en vais. Okay. I'm off. You can't say I'm right, I'm going. You can't say I'm going. You can't say je vais. You either have to say I'm going there, j'y vais, or je m'en vais. I myself from it, I'm going. You can't, so lovely. Good. Well done. Bloody good. Well done you. So say for me, I woke up. Action past. I woke up.
Je me suis levée.
Pause. I told you before.
Levé.
To get up. That's it. That's to get up. But to wake up is réveiller.
Oh, réveiller.
That's right. So je me suis réveillé.
Je me suis réveillée.
I slept badly.
Ouh, j'ai dormi mal.
Add verbs after verb number 1. So I slept badly. J'ai
mal dormi.
Nice accent. Go again. When you've done something well after doing something badly, go on, do the step properly, get it in again, get the muscle memory. J'ai mal dormi.
J'ai mal dormi.
What would be I slept well then?
J'ai bien dormi.
Lovely. Good job, you. I spoke with my daughter's mother. I spoke with my daughter's mother.
J'ai parlé avec la mère de ma fille.
Flawless. Get rid of the questioning tone of voice because it's all good. Go again.
J'ai parlé avec la mère de ma fille.
Good. Assess it. If we're doing drop, shuffle, pick up, change, and we want them all even, go through the sentence. J'ai parlé avec la mère de ma fille with no weird do you know what I mean? It's okay, off you go.
Yeah. J'ai parlé avec la mère de ma fille.
Where was there a little pause?
J'ai parlé avec la mère. I want to say
so we've got to ask ourselves, why is it that the brain isn't finding that link quickly enough? Or is it that the mouth isn't liking the consonant? You assess it using your super dance powers. J'ai parlé avec la mère de ma fille.
J'ai parlé avec la mère de ma fille.
That's it, lovely. Good. More chest push, less mouth. J'ai parlé avec la mère de ma fille.
J'ai parlé avec la mère de ma fille.
That's bloody marvellous, madam. Bloody marvellous. Don't speak with your mouth in French, speak with your chest. Really good. Okay. She had decided to cross the United States. God knows why she had to return to LA from New York, but rather than fly or do something sensible, they're doing this camping car thing. What do you call it in French? Like, what do they call it in English? Sorry, like an RV in American. What do we call them? Like
camper van.
Camper van. Yeah. Okay. So she had decided to cross the United States. Any idea what the verb to cross is? Beginning with a T.
Oh no.
To traverse, traverser.
Traverser.
So it doesn't need to be like I crossed Siberia or something really big. It could be like I crossed the street. J'ai traversé la rue. All right. So croiser is like to cross yourself, like in ballet, croiser. Or basically, you know, je me suis croisé is like, you know, that, or oh, I bumped into Brookers in the street. Oh, j'ai croisé Brook, you know. But or crosswords like les mots croisés, les yeux croisés, whatever, eyes crossed. Une croix is like a cross, yeah. But to cross like the street, or to cross a park, or to cross an expanse of land is traverser. So could you say she had decided to cross the United States?
Okay. Elle avait décidé traverser.
What comes after décider? Do we know? Elle avait décidé.
De.
Good. Quick
De.
reminder. Essayer de, décider de, continuer à, commencer à. Yeah? Just say that with me. Essayer de.
Essayer de.
Or obviously, j'essaie de, even if you conjugated it. Yes, at any time you use essayer de. Let's be very clear. This is when you use another verb. So if you, we're going shopping and you see you treat you, Brooklyn. Let me buy something nice. And you go, okay, I'm going to go and try the dress. Je vais essayer la robe. We don't need to say je vais essayer de. Yeah, this isn't a verb that needs a preposition to go to an object. It's not like, you know, a verb that would need a and then an object. So, for example, you know, I'm signing up to whatever. Je m'inscris. I sign myself to a la salle de sport. I'm signing up to the gym. Gym is a noun. That's got an a there. You know, we're not talking about that. We're talking about verbs that have a preposition when you just go into another infinitive. I continue the treatment for my leg. Je continue le traitement. I continue to do the treatment. Je continue à faire le traitement. I'm starting the treatment. Je commence le traitement. Je commence le traitement. I'm starting to do the treatment. Je commence à faire le traitement. So these four are going to have these prepositions when you go into a verb, an infinitive, not when you go into a noun, all right? So could you say, I've decided to do it? I think I've decided to do it.
J'ai décidé de faire.
To do it?
De la faire.
De masculine, de le faire.
Le faire.
I've decided to continue to do it. In other words, I've decided to continue doing it.
J'ai décidé de continuer à le faire.
Fucking brilliant. Now say it for me like a human being, otherwise it's not good enough for Brooklyn. J'ai décidé de continuer à le faire. Think it, don't just remember the French. You have a good memory. Don't just remember the French thinking, well, I've decided to continue doing it. It works really well for me. It works well before shows. It's just made it a bit easier to get my makeup on, whatever your thing is.
Okay.
Alors, j'ai décidé de continuer à le faire.
Oui, j'ai décidé de continuer à le faire.
Nice. Can you hear how your accent goes to the roof when you're thinking the situation as well? I forget. J'ai décidé de continuer à le faire.
J'ai décidé de continuer à le faire.
Bloody good. Bloody good, all right? Continuate can sometimes use de, but it's a bit more formal, so don't worry about that for the moment. Okay? Somebody gave me this cup, a student, but she never comes to bloody classes, so do you know what? I'm done with it. She never does it. She's in the group. She always pings social stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's lovely. Well done. When are you coming to class? When are you getting your ass in class? So, seriously. So say for me, a student, female, a student gave me this mug, and the word for mug is une tasse. So a student gave me this mug.
A student, just student.
Étudiant or étudiante.
Étudiante.
Good.
Une étudiante.
Yeah. So if you think of estudiar and you take off the s, so it's not estudiant, it's just get rid of the yeah. Lovely. If ever you've done any piano or something, it's always got like étude, studies and stuff, like even in English. Okay, so étudiant. So a student, make a feminine, une étudiante.
Une étudiante.
Now, what's the verb to give?
Donner.
Good. If we're giving a little present, we can also use the verb offrir. Offrir. However, don't confuse offrir with proposer. So Luke offered me a coffee. Meaning you could go, oh, Luke, I've got to go to rehearsal. We'll do one afterwards. That wouldn't be Luc m'a offert. Offert in French would be Luke paid for it. Luke gave it me as a present or something. So Luke offered me. Luke made the suggestion. Luc a proposé. Yeah, Luc proposed the coffee. All right. So offrir, past tense offert. Now, this is a nice little group of verbs. Offrir has RIR and no E on the end. Could you give me some other verbs that do that? Could you say for me souffrir?
Souffrir.
To suffer. Could you give me ouvrir to open?
Ouvrir.
Good accent. Could you give me couvrir to cover?
Couvrir.
Nice accent. Nice OU. Bloody good OU. Could you give me découvrir to discover?
Découvrir.
Great. What you'll now notice is that in the past, all of these bastards don't go to E. So up until now, the majority of the verbs that you've heard here, whether they be soft hard traditionally, whether they be être, whether they be whatever they are, most of your verbs so far, apart from venir, which has gone venu, if it's gone onto that past word, it's been E. So finir, j'ai fini, sortir, je suis sorti, etc., etc. Sourire, j'ai souri, even dire, j'ai dit, whatever. If your verb tends to end RIR, nothing else, souffert, ERT, ouvert, ERT, couvert, ERT, découvert, ERT. Yeah?
Okay.
So could you say for me, I am going to open the window, la fenêtre. I have opened the window. So I'm going to open the window.
I'm not sure. Can I use je vais or no?
Yes, because I'm saying I'm going, my darling, rather than I will.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going, je vais.
Je vais au...
Don't worry about the link. To open, infinitive, ouvrir.
Ouvrir.
Go back, I'm going to open the window.
Je vais ouvrir
Don't
la
worry about
fenêtre.
the link. Je vais ouvrir.
Je vais ouvrir la fenêtre.
La fenêtre.
La fenêtre.
And again, je vais
Je
ouvrir
vais
la fenêtre.
ouvrir la fenêtre.
Good. I have opened the window. What was the past tense sound? J'ai ouvert.
Ouvert.
Good. You will notice that you know the adjective ouverte. The window is open.
It's open.
La fenêtre est ouverte because we're taking the adjective from the past. All right.
Okay.
Say for me, I have discovered something. J'ai découvert quelque chose.
J'ai découvert quelque chose.
I have covered my legs. Imagine you're on the beach. It's a bit sunny. You're putting something over your legs. Say for me, I have covered my legs. J'ai couvert mes jambes.
Jambes, yes. J'ai couvert mes jambes.
Lovely. Give me, I have discovered why. J'ai découvert pourquoi.
J'ai découvert pourquoi. J'ai
Good.
découvert
So
pourquoi.
ouvrir, ouvert.
Ouvrir, ouvert.
Couvrir, couvert.
Couvrir, couvert.
Good. Découvrir, découvert.
Découvrir, découvert.
Good. So say for me, Luke, I want to thank you. The verb to thank is remercier. Put merci, put a r up its arse to the left. Remercie, an A on the end to the right. I want to thank you. Luke, je veux.
Je voudrais te remercier.
Yeah, don't ask the tone of voice. You're doing really well. Just do it.
Okay.
Je veux, je voudrais, ou je veux te. Give me the verb to thank. Remercie.
Je voudrais te remercier.
Remercier. Don't pronounce the R. We're not Spanish yet. And again.
Je voudrais te remercier.
Whoa! Out of nowhere. That was really quick. That was brilliant. That was really good. Go again. Je voudrais te remercier. Teeth closed. Je voudrais te remercier.
Je voudrais te remercier.
Good. It's a good list of verbs. It's a good list of verbs.
C'est une bonne liste du verbe.
Of verbs. De verb. That's it again. Good. I'm going to be able to make lots of sentences. Sentences being phrases.
Okay.
I'm going to be able to make lots of sentences.
Je vais pouvoir faire beaucoup de phrases.
Beaucoup. What comes after beaucoup?
De.
To remind you, after a word of quantity, have the de. Unless it's specifically not of the sentences, in which case beaucoup de phrases. But after a word of quantity, you're plain old de. The video that this is referring to is called Day versus Lay. And weirdly, some kids.
I just don't remember any of it.
Don't say sorry. You're doing absolutely fine. Weirdly, this kid wrote a really nice comment yesterday on this video that I actually even posted on the YouTube. To remind you, if you've got a quantity, just use de. So, you know, a kilo of apples, un kilo de pommes, lots of apples, beaucoup de pommes, too many apples, trop de pommes, fewer apples, moins de pommes. If you talk about across the board with something, so coffee, generally, le café, yeah, you go across the board, le. You know, la, lay. If you mention the noun and you're not talking about all of the noun, so for example, I'm going to buy apples, je vais acheter des pommes, or du café, or de la crème. So your D word and your L word combo, so du, de la, des, or de le apostrophe, they're the one which, let's be honest, means some. Means some, yeah. You know, in other cases means some. If you use that, that's the one that you're going to use when you don't talk across the board. Yeah. So he wants to show me photographs he took on holiday. Il veut me montrer des photos, because we're not talking about all photographs. Photographs are a lovely way of remembering whatever show you're in. Les photos, because you're talking generally across the board about photographs. All right? Yeah. Good. Lovely. So say for me, don't worry, ne t'inquiète pas.
Ne t'inquiète pas.
Everybody has difficulty. We did that earlier. Yeah, remember we did that earlier? Everybody has difficulty saying these sentences.
Okay. Ne t'inquiète pas. Tout le monde.
Good. And now think what your expression was to have difficulty, and think how you're going to make that work with tout le monde. Tout le monde is singular. All the world singular. Yeah. Okay.
Tout le monde a.
Good. What?
A mal de.
No, that was in pain. Tout le monde a du.
A du mal.
That's it. Now, which preposition came next? Well done.
A du mal. I want to say de. I always just want to say de.
Say for me, Jumala. Say for me, Jumala, like it's an Arabic name. Say Jumala.
Jumala.
Yes, off you go. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Jumala. Okay, imagine it's some Arabic family. So say for me, off you go. So tout le monde a.
Tout le monde a du mal. Tout le monde a du mal. What was the next
Let's
verb?
say saying it. Saying it.
À le dire.
Good. What is the phrasal verb, which means a verb containing the bangles and the whistles and the bells and the eyeshadow and all of this? One of two, but what is our favourite phrasal verb to remember something? Also known in our world as an ABC verb. Not formally known in French as an ABC verb. That means absolutely jack shit in French. But what does an ABC verb mean for us? Any idea? So first things first, what does an ABC verb mean for us? It means a what with a what?
Don't know.
It is a reflexive verb with a dick. Repeat back to me, a reflexive verb with a dick. Let me hear you say it.
Reflexive verb with a dick.
So say for me a reflexive verb to get washed. Se laver.
Se laver.
Give me a reflexive verb to improve. S'améliorer.
S'améliorer.
S apostrophe améliorer. Yeah, it's a reflexive verb, but it's obviously combined the apostrophe. Now listen out for the little appendage on the end. To look after. S'occuper de.
Okay, s'occuper de.
Let's talk in really clever, obvious terms why we need that little preposition. If I say I'm looking after the situation. In English, who's doing the verb? I'm looking after the situation. Who's doing the verb?
I.
And what am I looking after?
The situation, it.
So in French, je m'occupe. Who so far have I sent the verb to? And I say je m'occupe. Where have I sent the verb to? If I've got je me, in which direction have I sent the verb?
Back to myself.
Lovely. So if I now need to send it as a combo back to another person, it's like one of those stupid warm-up. I'm passing you those scissors open,
zip zap,
file things, whiz bang. Oh God, there's just better ways. theatre practitioners to warm up. Oh God, I can't stand it. I like people in small groups. I do, but just big old groups, I just find it so mentally, psychically demanding. So when you have to do all these like hug stuff, oh my God, be on your game, know your technique, bring your energy to the show. I just can't be asked with it. If it's a natural bond that's formed, like a great little class or group hug, or you know, and I'll always cheer at the end of someone else's class to give them, you know, to make it remind people that they've had a really good time. But oh God, I can't stand that shit. So I can't. People always think I'm so gregarious, but it's not. It's just so like I can be. I have no discomfort doing it. Like I can do it when I want to, is what I mean. But I find it so like. Ugh.
I don't want to.
When I want to, yeah, exactly. In other words, if I say I'm looking after the situation, je m'occupe de, I need to send it back in the other direction. All right. So if I'm saying I'm signing up to something, I sign myself up, je m'inscris à, I need to send it back to the situation. So could you just say for me, s'occuper de?
S'occuper de.
Don't be bothered by the fact that it's reflexive with the join. That doesn't bother us. Lovely. So could you say for me, I'm looking after the situation? This is known as an ABC verb. Yep, this is a reflexive with a dick. Off you go. I'm looking after the situation. Ending an ION, situation is feminine. Could you say I'm looking after the situation?
Je m'occupe de la situation.
Good. Say it for me in French.
Is that not French?
Yes, it was, but it sounded slow and it didn't sound human. Make it sound French, normal and human. Go.
Je m'occupais de la situation.
Notice that we've changed verb. Stay in the present tense. Je m'occupe.
Je m'occupe. Je m'occupe de la situation.
What situation are you looking after? What work situation are you dealing with? Whose shoes, whose show, whose rehearsal, whose whatever. Think something you're in charge of. Think I'm dealing with the situation. I'm looking after the situation. Make it work for you mentally now and say je m'occupe de la situation.
Je m'occupe de la situation.
There you go. All right. I read you. I know what you're dealing with. All right. I read you. Lukey has powers. Never forget Lukey has powers. So basically, if I now want to say I'm dealing with the project and the project is le projet, how would I say I'm dealing with the project?
Je m'occupe de le projet.
So le becomes?
Du.
Good. Can I remind you, Brooke, because the only time de and le don't become do is when the le means something else.
A person, like.
Or a noun, when it's a pronoun, exactly so.
Yeah.
I've just done it. Je viens de, I come from, le faire. We're not going to say du, are we? Because the le there is a pronoun, right? So good. So say for me, I'm looking after the projects, plural. I'm looking after the projects, plural.
Je m'occupe des projets.
Lovely. Now without the conducting hand and now thinking about it.
Je m'occupe des projets.
Gorgeous work. We want that muscle memory. We don't want to know stuff. We want to have the muscle memory. I used to look after the projects. Whack it in imperfect. I used to look after the projects.
Gosh, okay, give me a second. Imperfect. That's the.
Everybody A, no auxiliary. Everybody A, no auxiliary. Off you go.
Okay.
No, stand still. Say for me, I eat.
Je mange.
Adding one little sound on the end. Say for me, I was eating.
Je mangeais.
Say for me, I'm looking after. Present tense. Je m'occupe.
Je m'occupe.
Add one little sound on the end.
Je m'occupais.
Good. Do we need to fanny fuck around with the order of the sentence? No. Do we have any auxiliaries coming in? No.
No.
Does the fact that we have a mutt up its arse make any blind bit of difference to the verb?
No.
If I were going to go through all top line of a verb, let's use il. Il s'occupe, il s'occupait, il s'occupera, il s'occuperait. Subjunctive, il est intéressant qu'il s'occupe. Avant de s'occuper, whatever. Bottom line, get the s in first. Il s'est occupé. Poetry past, yeah? Poetry past, yeah? Il s'était occupé, il se sera occupé, il se sera occupé. Notice that your or like all your pronouns, say it first. So
because
say
it's reflexive, right? That's why we have the sir.
Pardon me, say that again.
Because it's reflexive is why we have
That's
the
exactly right, because ABC verbs are reflexive verbs with a
with a dick.
There you go.